Hi guys, this is Andy from NismoTechUK. Today we're having a look at the Blackbird 10 keyless mechanical keyboard from Max Keyboard. Okay, so let's start with the front of the box. We can see that we have got the Max Keyboard logo right up the front here, along with the Blackbird 10 keyless backlit mechanical keyboard design, branding, whatever you call it, on the actual front, as well as sort of like a ghosted image of the actual keyboard. So the box itself is quite small, which obviously represents the keyboard, its size. So we have got 6.5 inches, which is 165.1 millimeters in height, and then 14.75 inches, which is 374.65 millimeters in width. Other features: it has got multimedia keys, a braided cable, USB hub. Also features double shot injection molded keycaps, side panel ambient lighting, and individual backlit keys. Also features the Cherry MX brown soft tactile feedback keys, and we have got the blue color LED. So moving around the rest of the box, also we've got sort of branding, as you would expect, going all the way around, and then onto the back, and we've got a whole host of features on the back of the box. So just to look at the actual illustration of the keyboard here, as I've already mentioned, we've got multimedia keys, a braided keyboard, a USB hub. We also got a game mode indicator here, side panel ambient lighting, individual backlit keys, and double shot injection molded keycap, which obviously I've already covered. Moving on to the rest of the keyboard specification and information. We're going to cover the information on here. We have got the Cherry MX key switches. Obviously it's also a 10 keyless 75% keyboard. We don't have a keypad on this. 1000 Hz ultra polling rate, individual backlit keys for enhanced visuals, backlight setting memory, 4 level backlight modes including a pulse mode on level 4, 3 level backlight modes on side panel ambient lighting. So the side panel has got various different levels, as well as the actual keypad themselves, or the keyboard itself, so you can custom backlit modes for whatever you wish. We also have a sleep mode, which is obviously a timer of up to 30 minutes, a timer notification mode, which is quite handy, of up to 120 millimeters. As already mentioned, this double shot injection molded keycap, an N key rollover, 6 keys and N key over USB, embedded multimedia keys, a built-in 2 high-speed 2.0 hub, heavy-duty braided cable with routing management, gold-plated connectors, tilt legs. You're able to disable the Windows key, and you've also got a foam wrist pad for extra support. With regards to the technical information, obviously the keyboard weighs 2.4 pounds, which is quite a heavy keyboard, to be fair. 45 to 50G actuation force. Compatible Windows 7, Windows 8, Vista, XP, etc. Electrical data: keyboard must be plugged into a USB host port that provides 500 milliamps at 5 volts, and each USB port on the keyboard will support up to 100 milliamps. So let's now get into the actual box and see what the actual keyboard looks like, and see what else we get inside the actual box itself. So let's just pull this open. Okay, so the first thing that we've got here is the foam wrist pad. Just have a quick little look at this. Okay, so I see we've got quite a thick rubber base on this, so it's not going to move around. It feels quite soft. So yeah, that doesn't move around at all, and it's very thick with the actual foam and feels very, very comfortable. And obviously it's going to span the entire width of the actual keyboard. So let's put that down to one side. We've also got your user guide, which is obviously going to tell you about the various different functions that you have available, as well as obviously the technical information. As you can see, there's a lot of functions available for this particular keyboard. Okay, so let's now lift this out and make sure we've got nothing else. No, there's nothing else in the actual box itself. And one thing that you'll notice is that there doesn't appear to be any form of macro keys on the actual keyboard, and I personally think that the main reason for that is this is a, dare I say, probably a more hardcore gaming keyboard. Obviously there is no macro key, so you don't have the benefit of being able to just select what operation or what command you want. So there we have it, really. As you can see, the braided cable here is actually quite a thick braid. There is quite a bit of weight to this. We've also got this sort of cable tie, an MX keyboard Beyond Limits cable tie, which is quite nice. It's quite thick and long, so you're able to adjust the length of the cable to suit your requirements. I'll just do this back up a moment. We also have got a gold plated connector on there as well. So this is the actual keyboard. As you can see, as I've already mentioned, it's quite small, although despite its size, it's quite a hefty keyboard. The keys protrude quite nicely as well. So moving on to the side here, so you've got the ambient lighting, which is obviously going to be on both sides. See the actual height of the actual keyboard itself and the keys here. So just moving on to the back to start with, obviously you've got the cable routing options, either to one side or straight down the middle. Also we've got the risers here for the keyboard, which look quite good. We've also got rubber feet on all four corners of the actual keyboard to help obviously with it moving around. And I believe behind here, I'll just pull this off, yeah, we have got two USB 2.0 ports. Okay, so we're now going to have a bit of a closer look at the actual keyboard itself. Obviously, as you can see, we don't have any keypad on the right hand side. We've got various different functions which are obviously all available from the function key, which is down here. I'm not going to go through the actual functions in a great deal in this review. I'm actually going to do a separate review which is going to highlight each individual function, so make sure you do check that out. But I just wanted to really show you guys the actual layout and basically what it actually looks like. Obviously with the Cherry MX Brown keys, obviously they're very, very good indeed, and personally for me they're the best type of Cherry MX keys because I feel that I get the best response when using this. Just try and show you with this key here, see the response that you're getting from it. It feels fantastic, to be absolutely honest with you. It really does feel very, very responsive indeed. So I'm very impressed with the actual build quality of the Blackbird keyboard. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly power this up so we can have a quick look and see what it looks like powered up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is just give you an indication as to how bright the actual keyboard is. So this is the ambient lighting going through the three various different levels of lighting. That's now on the highest. And onto the actual keyboard itself, we have low, medium, and high. So as you can see, it's an extremely bright keyboard, but obviously with the caps, obviously it just shines in just the right place, and obviously it just gives you a bit of a definition in between the actual keys, which I really like. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and have some game time with the actual keyboard, and I'm going to come back to you in a moment to let you know how it performs. One other function I just want to quickly show you is this one here, which obviously it's the pulse function for the actual backlit. So it will basically fade it out and bring it in through the various different levels of intensity on the backlight. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Now onto my first impressions of the Blackbird mechanical keyboard from Max Keyboard. The build quality of this keyboard is second to none. Its construction is solid and the overall weight shows to me that this keyboard is really of the highest quality. When typing and gaming with the keyboard, the keycaps feel really strong and solid. That's down to the fact that they are double shot injected molded, so it's going to improve the response time, etc., and the overall feel from the actual keys and the Cherry MX Brown switches, which perform perfectly with the keycaps and the keyboard, and they sort of seem to fit each other very nicely indeed. My first gaming experience with this was very positive. I felt that the keyboard was giving a very fast response and it felt very comfortable and natural to use. On the LED side of things, each key is individually lit, which is something that I personally like. It provides a nice glow right across the keys, and the option to turn the brightness up and down works really well. And to be honest with you, I can't see any difference between each individual key in terms of the actual brightness. Again, to me this shows that the actual build quality of the keyboard. The ambient side lighting is also really good, and even on its brightest setting it's not too much of a distraction, but also looks good at the same time. The addition of the 2 USB ports on the back is also a really nice touch. The braided cable is indeed heavy, as they mentioned on the box, and this definitely helps you if you're the sort of person that moves the keyboard around from place to place, as it stops the cable from getting tangled. In terms of options for the actual keyboard, at the moment in the UK, only the brown Cherry MX blue LED version is available in the UK layout. However, if you're in America, you do get the option of having either blue or red LED, and also the addition of the blue Cherry MX switches, but I'm sure that these options will be coming to the UK soon. As mentioned, this is just the unboxing and overview for Mac's keyboard. I'm now going to go and give this a test for the next couple of weeks, just to give you a more complete review, which will be coming shortly on the actual channel. In addition to this, Mac's keyboard have kindly sent through a couple of different keycap sets as well for the keyboard, which we'll be showing you in a separate video. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Mac's keyboard for sending the Blackbird 10 keyless mechanical keyboard out to us for this unboxing and review. We hope you liked it, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. We hope you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like, as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, NismoTech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.